All right, today we got something special for you. I got this shipment in from Stargear. Now, they provide all kinds of cool things for Starlink. And when I was talking to them, I said I had two real problems. One was I needed a way to mount my Starlink on the roof. That's going to be another video. If that's what you're here for, go back and look in my history and see if you can find it because it's coming out after this video. All right. The next one is I wanted to be able to connect my Starlink without using this giant power supply. This giant power supply takes 120 volts, meaning it has to go through an inverter, has to use the power, and then it has to come out this end at 50 some odd volts. So what I want to do is I want to figure out how much power this is, and they shipped me this cool little device like this that basically I can connect right into my 12 volt system. If I can figure out how to get it open, I can connect this directly to my 12 volt system and then plug this straight into my Starlink. Now, before I do that, one of the biggest fears everyone's had with this is, does this equal this, and is it safe? So what we're going to do is we're going to start by putting everything on a meter and confirm that it really is safe. Now, I'm going to move you down here to my workspace here on the floor so that you can see everything that I'm doing. See if I can move this over here. Okay, so we're going to start off with the Starlink power supply. Now the Starlink power supply has been running constantly in my RV for quite a few years now, or actually a little over a year. And I'm just going to put these, it should be running on DC power about 56 volts as I understand it. And we can check the output here of this. So this says input 120 or 100 to 240 volts, 2.5 amps to 57 volts, 3.4 amps. All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to test this to see what voltage we have. And it is DC output. Did I check that? So it says it outputs 57 volts DC, 3.5 amps or 195 watts. Now 195 watts, 56.8. Now 195 watts at 12 volts is going to be a good 10, 15, let's see, 150 would be 10 amps. So 16, 17 amps. So we're going to need a special circuit running back to the 12 volt system to do this. But this operates at 12 volts or 24 volts and outputs at that same 57 volts. But it only outputs 4.5 amps. Now 4.5 amps at 57 volts comes up to almost the same 200 amps. So right there we look like we have the right thing. Now I don't have an outlet here. I do have this little test outlet that I use for 12 volt stuff that I've got just right here. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to check this test outlet to make sure that it's outputting a power that is safe to plug this into. So I'm going to just connect the meter up to this, and then I'm going to plug this in to my little test outlet here. And I've got 13.1 volts. So 13.1 volts should be well within the standard of this. Now I ought to be able to just take this and switch this to this device here, put the power positive over here and the negative over here, and then I should be able to get the same 57 volts out of this that I got out of my Starlink device, which, as you can see, I've got 57. If I can hold that with one hand. There we go. 57.7 volts. So this should be right within the same standard of the actual Starlink itself. So now the next part, what I need to do is I need to run a 12 volt wire where the Starlink is. So I'm going to run a 12 volt wire where the Starlink is, And that will allow me to connect this device to the Starlink and power the Starlink off of this and test that. All right, let's go over this real quick. You can see here, I just tapped into a regular old 12-volt line in the RV, connected up the little box. It's behind the drawer here in the dresser. I'll just put it behind there. Ran it back behind this, plugged it right into my Starlink. I'll clean it up a little bit and put some nice holes in it, mount it on the wall here. I had to get all the cables in here now. I got all the network cables and everything in here. Then the router came right up. It runs off 12 volt also. It's the only thing I still have that's powered on AC power, but I will switch it next. But I wanted to show you that the Starlink is all hooked up. It's very simple. This just replaces your Starlink plug. Plug this directly into the Starlink where the old one was, where this one used to be plugged in. It's even got the waterproof connection on it if you ran this outside or something. And everything comes back up. Simple as that. And Starlink is up on my battery power. Now I switched this to 12 volt battery also. Since they're both 12 volt now, I'll have no outages no matter where I go. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Links are down below to purchase equipment from this company. They're a wonderful company. They sent all this product for me just to show you guys how it works. So take a look at their site. They've got it for all different versions of Starlink. I at least saw V2 and V3 out there, and I'm sure there was quite a bit more. And later on I'll do a video on mounting the Starlink on the top of the RV. But I wanted to get this one out to you. So thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.